definitely I'm still thinking about the Theory version for two that they not see Starlight that number to bring the ending up that saving and three lack material can finally but like about the thanks eventually Starlight having that change with after the anniversary Starlight decided to that gently save them but that by the time Starlight will be showing up to that location after the lack already lack 20 material as well as lack Kimiko would have already got saved and rescued reflecting the Starlight that I'm going to bring and for different for two possibilities that either I'm so different for to be a scenario where like Sui to be going up to that Mallory and taking help from Mallory that way Sui and Mallory that ending up still infiltrating and basically pursuing that 20 Mr. Magic and Iniko and I'm going to bring up the rescue like while they will be on their way to like making it out of like that some like location and looking like them perhaps the unexpected running into Billy who would have by then finally would have had a change in his mind due to what might be a particular person left to get judging up him and then more collectivity of getting like one possibility there and the difference. The other possibility there and the difference is uh, Billy to already have like that guilt happening and basically Billy going up to like Billy finding Stewie and basically Billy and Stewie going up to like Mallory picking help and like the trio of the like going up to like the person like location and basically appearing like friendly just to make them chemicals like sour scenario and the so the Williams to be the most person of following that percentage of like by season five like in season five that can those thing most likely it's the loss of like mad and most likely happening by Homeland of himself most that the scenario current with the so it's that leave my very emotion right now for that without the still at all I'm preparing for that madness and Homeland of finding out about that escape attempt of that two empty like the now terrible thing and at that point I'm going to spend madness day by deciding to like send Black Noir to like stop them and basically to capture that was not a terrible thing. But at that point I'm not think Homeland of interrupting perfectly interrupting madness to like Homelander of at that point getting into the confident basically seeing that situation as like an opportunity for like Homelander to like test once again to test like Starlight loyalty to like the Seven Sister new friends. So Homelander I'm totally bringing blindly trusting female and basically like assigning female to like go along with like Starlight to like ensure that like Starlight doesn't try anything procedures that lead by the end. So but we able to bring that base Starlight and Queen Mail at that point while they'll be heading off of that mission like I'm going Starlight and Queen Mail the lab creating that absolute master plan to like steadily save like Chewie and team is like the scenario that I'm looking for right now. And basically that way I'm going to bring like Starlight and Queen Mail with that absolute team of like them steadily throwing like the moment like they will be from like I'm going to scenario to be like them spotting like Sui and Ting from a distance and just get that one set like them put that up with that like destroying like the exact CCTV camera will be looking there in that location like some perimeter things like that up with the like snark stand of the fight. In that way helping Sui and Ting escape like the eventual scenario that I'm delivering. And then I'm delivering like at that point like I'm not being absolutely encouraged and curious with like Sui and Ting like escape. But like at that point I'm delivering like for it's perfectly clearly that I'm developing the black sitting on that and her face acting in front of like when you're trying to set up in the space that anything that of that basically that she was there, that she saw the entire thing that like Starlight did help them escape like basically it was that the TV got destroyed between the like the clash between like TV and team and that the security forces had like the TV along the lines some different for like female attempting at that point to like protect homeland. Like I'm not going for to be Madeline in the fear that I'm not trying preventing homeland from taking any harm against like being event and Starlight is like the other possibility that I'm not trying. Yet like Madeline as well to be enraged and like Madeline as well was like at that point having some sort of lack of plan or in her mind to like injury and have a good mind for like your preparedness, like feelings of scenario that I'm not trying. So that made my very impression right now that I imagine my team like it has some sort of like a tiny button device that with which that man might be able to like instantly step me alert from that uh, that for that emergency situation. My team that's the case that we have with Riyam. So we are trying right now for like Madeline to that right now steadily lift her hands to support it and basically to have already pressed that button right now and still not realizing that that's not that I was right. But like I'm noticing, Madden giving the phone to actually and about the through Madden phone that can differently most likely finding out what may be according to my procedure and lag Madden's lag eventual goal, which might be to lag replace like the sevens, including Homelander with like Madden option in that case might be along the lines of like the plan and goals Madden already having. So like really most likely finding out about all of this through Madden phone by the time Homelander will be showing up to like Madden home, like it's not that about the play. So like at that point I'm only playing like Homelander going up in this league seeing Billy and I'm only playing like Homelander at that point like this league would be about to like bring out this like later. But at that point still I'm only playing like Billy most likely saying some specific dialogue which might be instantly intimidating Madden Stepney to actually intimidate Madden Stepney so like at that point like Madden fearing like about the stuff that he really like Homelander about like Madden goes to that very question to what might be about the him to do like it's just like Homelander so September when like Madden at that point most likely putting on that absolute fake acting in front of that Homelander and basically lying to that Homelander that basically like that it was Madden herself that had called Billy to home to reveal about like the truth about like the car might be along the lines of preparing for like Madeline line to like Homelander and like Madeline telling Homelander that like she was like searching for like some sort of like a specific for something in her pocket and at that point fingers like accidentally and protect the button uh, and Madeline actually summoned Homelander to be along the lines of preparing like Madeline beyond that absolute fake acting and like line to the Homelander at that point that it's not that I'm preparing. So like at that point itself like I'm delivering that believe that like my like I'm delivering believe that it's not set up the first. Yet like I'm delivering at that point for like another to that still not be fully convinced by what that man would have said. And like definitely from that point on like Homelander decided to like keep a sharp eye on Madden and to believe that the it's not that I'm delivering. That way what the members in the reimbursement about the from the very next day onwards like I'm for the investigating phone Madden and starting letting the Madden. Why do we innocently will be saying that is the Madden is like completely innocent in like the whole better situation and like really wide front of like the some what might be like that that like Homelander alone gets to help her like I'm going that's a good scenario where like really telling integrating Madeline and telling Madeline to like get like the information as to like the person whereabouts of like the one and everything that actually happened like the all of that out of like Homelander uh, to get all that information out of like Homelander the William Gallant like to release the sign that to like Madeline and at that point I'm going to bring Madeline to be and I'm sitting in the map for Homelander to be absolutely innocent and the crime again that Becca might have actually happened. And like in that like Mallet might be like the actual main culprit like also the name of the Miriam. So Madeline and most likely landed might be the main culprit in the script. So like after preparing Madeline like suddenly lying through that Kelly and putting on that absolute fake acting in front of that Kelly and basically and telling Kelly that like she needs more time to like suddenly get that information out of that home and everything to be along the lines of the different like Madeline Carly misleading to be with her acting and everything is like fitting with scenario that was the only thing. So that definitely my very ambition right now or it could be right now that I'm going to spend most likely the loss of airplanes to be happening effect. The scenario that I'm going to the print for to be not Huey but like star like that I'm going to be bringing down airplanes that I'm going to so definitely I'm praying for city most likely that the initially I'm not playing like the battle I'm going to bring like airplanes on the defeating starlight is like in the finale that I'm going to bring and after defeating starlight is when I'm going to bring for like at that point I'm going to bring like to be not being able to like do anything at all to like help out in like the battle scenario that I'm going to like I'm going to possibly a scenario where like possibly after like a train would have defeated starlight that I'm going to bring a train to like then target to and as like a train will be about to bring down TV that like a lot of that will be about to happen that at the last second is when I will bring that moment of like distraction is like the narrative that I will bring for like starlight to like take advantage of to like bring down a train like in the scenario that I will bring so that but leave my very ambition right now for like starlight to pretend to give CGR only pretend at the moment who we would be leaving like the building is like not that under time. The moment who believe in that campus, right? So we need to like save theory like campus and that like consciously not giving any to the other until like the ambulance will be arriving. It's not that ambulance. That way I'm going to bring that starlight. Uh, and that way I'm going to bring like the long of that catering happening solely due to like that act of that starlight. You know, just like physical scenario that I'm going to bring and I'm going to bring in a creative kid usually happening within that starlight due to the attention of that starlight. Eventually, it's like the scenario that I'm talking about with like about what is like I'm going to be things are like under the article like the main specific to very impression that like you need by now might have already got on that all the information that you need to intimate and control mandate out of that mandate post already by now might be like considered to give and like they might have already like intimidated mandate with that information. Because Homelander even showed up might be like that with the case because the commitment there. So definitely I'm just praying that without delay or like I'm just much Homelander with like absolute like feel like that way that the device on that the thing on like the and to go like feeling to even for like the trigger like the scenario that I'm looking that way and kind of probably automatic feeling and saving like man is like the scenario that I'm looking and at that point I'm looking on that was like a million 6 miles so they're also bring out this like laser and about to bring down feeling but like at that with once again I'm going to bring that from like Madlib to be like the one to like interfere and stop Homeland from bringing down feeling this like feeling the scenario that I'm looking at. So like definitely it's still within my Syrian version that like that might have been advocated after a result between like Homeland and that might have been like activated to be so like and like Homeland might feel lying to that it is solely to that being the embrace and frustrating with might be that activated to be step me not to the so that Homeland might be of like the blind city and something that like Becca is like one among like the many targets for Homeland and Mandate and like when in actuality like what Topper was about at least they told him that might have been an absolute like and like the crime against like that might have actually happened is definitely my injury. Also my injury I'm spinning on to that because that might be with like about like might have got hold of like information of like that origin and the like active path might be that would investigate correct. So like definitely my theory like Maryland might have died like Homeland and that way Homeland even though the person might be maybe under like the blind sleep that like Maryland son is like adopted. When in actuality like Maryland son might be like the surrogate child of like Homeland and Maryland and that he might possess like Homelander's powers and more might be like that to the demon script. So that Maryland son might actually contain that potential to grow into like an individual soon at that point would be awesome. I think even Homeland right might be that that would be the case the paper Nigerian. But when I'm still thinking about Nigerian but like Homeland without realizing all of this like some different things that will get into the round of that. What might be an extreme therapy towards that Madeline from like like Homeland and like that's the reason of that bringing down matter for the next steps in the economic side of thing. And I'm thinking like so should be only after that that would never to be having that approach of realization as to like the as to like magic not being adopted. And it's like what I see is that it's like home never magic like the economic side of the so that the need was the senior person right now that even to the person that Mandarin might be not getting lying to the home network and Mandarin might not get towards care of like home network. Like Mandarin might be having that absolute confidence of like all confidence of like the feeling that is we no matter what like Mandarin will always be able to like manipulate and control home level. Might be that that was the case with the player like sorry I'm that. So definitely I'm the point that person like Mandarin might be most likely putting in that absolute space acting in front of like home network we are vulnerable and scared in front of the Homelander. Hope that that way we might be able to like manipulate Homelander into getting Homelander to feel sorry for her, and that way to like get manipulate and get Homelander to like save Terry. Might be along the lines of like the attempt of like marriage at present definitely my theory and person right now. So like definitely my theory and person right now for like Homelander to that right now forget about Eddie and like Homelander and leaving Madden's home right now. So it's not that I'm really putting in before leaving Amdo to that Homelander for giving feeling because of that the growth that Homelander that printed out of that blog because it might have prevailed a lot of extreme suffering for like that become made about especially my vegetarian. So the person like Homelander might be feeling sorry for like feeling might be like that in the case definitely much damage. So due to that factor, I don't like I'm going to bring in an overconfident manner like Homeland forgiving and like fair Billy and like Homelander flying away like with not that about bring. And at that point I'm going to bring for like Billy to like most likely about the name band for when under the city most likely hearing like the right of like Teddy that was not that I'm not. So like at that point I'm going to bring Billy ending up taking steady along with him. It's like the scenario that I'm going to go over. And well as the movie messaging here and watching right now, but definitely Madden might feel not line and like Madden might have been actually share something like from that because like it might have been getting far more harder and harder for like Madden to like manipulate and control Homeland. So might have been or like as like years pass by might have been a tempo of the days and it all stemming up from the fact of that Homeland has to sit down in a lab might have been the case of human ambition. And that way I'm talking the fear might have started to let there is more and more within that Madden after that one sure that might have been the case. Especially when to like the plan that they might have been of might have been to like have ready as well as like the person living with like that after might be also that Madden and standard surrogate child might be like it is for them to become story adulthood and at that point for like this leave. So like by then like Homelander as well okay, getting older like basically at that point like that situation would be perfect for like the two of them the two of that man to be able to like tag team and offer and ticket from that by then might be along the lines of like party and that Madeline might have planned something on them. Also by ensuring like the factors of black Madeline's offspring are like who then not growing up in like the lab like they might be even what they would be become adults that they're usually able to like control for like Madeline and there won't be like the unpredictability factor as that in like home that in them might be along the lines like Madeline and Walkerton might have planned something and Becca might have been so capable while working at like the bottle like the Simba that like Madeline might have a few interested like Becca that like Madeline might have that they chosen Becca to be like the surrogate for like Madden might have been identity, especially my Korean. So like Madden might have most likely integrated backup with like print out Billy if that backup is to like takes balance or might be along the lines like Madden might have both backup it to like looking after like Madeline's son as he grew up might have been like and staying away from like Billy so like according to my popular that's mainly that I'm close for that from never might have extracted out of that was about that person might be that it is definitely my friend. So like I'm preferring like Homelander might have consciously not saved steady and I'm preferring Homelander consciously saving Philip might have been solely to that show Billy was like so pain feels like might be that perfectly in the that realistic in the term that Homelander represents the agreement for him. So like right now the trying for like Homelander's next target right now to be like the person dealing with like who might be according to my friend like man on the sun. I'm going to bring like Homelander right now said that dealing believe that as this of by right now telling that not getting bring down that person as well as that right in front of you like the scenario that have to be correct. And then I'm talking about for like Homelander in a villain man of the like a villain smile like it means and believe to do whatever he can if he can to like get back at like Homelander to be along the lines of the like and in like a domestic manner like nothing silly and flying away like now that of the and I'm going to bring right before doing all this like I'm going to bring for like like leading to like believe as to that or like Homelander himself that revealing to that account really as to that why the car and that time stayed away from the league. And that way I'm really finally finding out the truth and basically then Homelander straight away giving the lead that after shock that means he taking the car once again away from actually and like by that the car having five of the leagues that they will scenario that I'm looking for like the name of the clear impressions that like according to that Homelander like if that anybody else gets like Homelander's power like then at that point that Homelander might be feeling as like an absolute failure might be that the case that name of the clear impression so that they are referring that for Homelander it's not even mattering what might be according to the ambition that like Teddy as well as like the person dealing with like being both being according to my friends was like being not the Madeline's son but also elect. Homelander as well. Syndicate members of the Remission lag. For like Homelander to be like the only alternate superhero Jack comes with bring for Homelander to not feel like a failure, like Homelander brings the board down to that very good scenario that is sitting on your secondary impression.